Islamic Golden Age: How Muslims Changed Science, Medicine, and Philosophy. Introduction. The history of the world is filled with moments of extraordinary brilliance, but one of the most influential and transformative periods is known as the Islamic Golden Age. Spanning roughly from the 8th to the 14th century, this was an era when Muslim scholars, scientists, and philosophers revolutionized knowledge in ways that shaped the foundations of the modern world. While Europe was in its so-called Dark Ages, the Islamic world was a thriving hub of learning, discovery, and intellectual advancement. This golden age was not limited to one field. It stretched across science, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, architecture, and literature. It was driven by the Quranic encouragement to seek knowledge, the patronage of caliphs, and the blending of Greek, Persian, Indian, and other intellectual traditions with Islamic thought. In this article, we will explore how Muslims transformed science, medicine, and philosophy, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire humanity today. The origins of the Islamic Golden Age. The rise of the Islamic Golden Age can be traced back to the Abbasid Caliphate, particularly during the reign of Caliph Harun al-Rashid, 786 to 809, and his son al-Mamun, 813 to 833. The Abbasid capital, Baghdad, became the center of knowledge with the establishment of the famous Beit al-Hikmah, House of Wisdom, a great library and research institute where scholars from different backgrounds translated and expanded upon the works of the Greeks, Persians, Indians, and others. This was not merely a period of preservation, but of innovation. Muslim scholars did not simply copy ancient texts, they challenged, corrected, and improved them, creating new knowledge that laid the groundwork for the European Renaissance centuries later. Science in the Islamic Golden Age. Mathematics and algebra. One of the most significant contributions was in mathematics. The Persian scholar Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, 780 to 850, is regarded as the father of algebra. His book Kitab al-Jabr wal Muqabala introduced systematic solutions to linear and quadratic equations, the very foundation of algebra. Even the word algebra comes from al-Jabr. Al-Khwarizmi also introduced Hindu-Arabic numerals, 0 to 9, to the Islamic world, which later spread to Europe. Without this, modern arithmetic and even computer science would not exist. Other mathematicians, like Omar Khayyam, made advances in geometry and the study of cubic equations. Their works were later translated into Latin and deeply influenced European mathematics. Astronomy. Muslim astronomers made groundbreaking contributions to understanding the universe. Observatories in Baghdad, Damascus, and Samarkand became centers of star studies. Al-Battani, 858 to 929. Improved upon Ptolemy's astronomical data, calculating the length of the solar year more accurately. Medicine in the Islamic Golden Age. The contributions of Muslim physicians remain among the most influential in history. Guided by the Quranic emphasis on preserving life and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad about healing, Muslim doctors advanced medical science dramatically. Al-Razi, Rhazes. Abu Bakr al-Razi, 865 to 925, was a Persian physician who wrote Kitab al-Hawi, the comprehensive book of medicine, an encyclopedic work used in European universities for centuries. He differentiated between smallpox and measles, making one of the earliest clinical diagnoses in medical history. Al-Razi also emphasized clinical observation, experimentation, and ethics in medicine, often questioning earlier Greek theories when his own experiments proved otherwise. Ibn Sina, Avicenna. Perhaps the most influential Muslim physician was Ibn Sina, 980 to 1037, known as Avicenna in the West. His Al-Canon fi al-Tib, The Canon of Medicine was a standard medical text in Europe until the 17th century. The Canon covered everything from anatomy and pharmacology to infectious diseases and psychological health. Ibn Sina stressed the importance of hygiene, balanced diets, and exercise for preventing illness, concepts still valid today. Hospitals and medical education. The Islamic world pioneered the establishment of hospitals by Maristans in cities like Baghdad, Cairo, and Damascus. These were not just treatment centers, but also places of medical education, with lecture halls, libraries, and pharmacies. They provided free treatment to patients regardless of their background, a revolutionary idea at the time. Muslim surgeons like Al-Zahrawi, Al-Bucasis, in Spain wrote detailed works on surgical instruments and procedures, influencing European surgery for centuries. Philosophy in the Islamic Golden Age. While science and medicine thrived, philosophy also reached new heights. Muslim philosophers engaged deeply with Greek works of Aristotle and Plato, but they added their own insights, harmonizing philosophy with Islamic theology. Al-Farabi. Known as the second teacher, after Aristotle, Al-Farabi, 872 to 950, wrote extensively on political philosophy, metaphysics, and logic. His works influenced both Islamic thought and medieval Christian philosophy. Ibn Sina and philosophy. Beyond medicine, Ibn Sina made enormous contributions to metaphysics and logic. He developed a philosophical system that tried to reconcile reason with revelation, influencing both Islamic and European scholastic traditions. Ibn Rushd, Averroes. In Muslim Spain, Ibn Rushd, 1126 to 1198, became one of the greatest commentators on Aristotle. He argued for the harmony of religion and philosophy, stating that reason and revelation are not contradictory but complementary. His works were translated into Latin and became foundational in European philosophy, sparking debates that shaped Western thought.